Ok, tiếp tục hành trình ăn nói trôi chảy hơn ở lẫn cả tiếng Việt và tiếng Anh nha. Hôm nay là ngày thứ 31 liên tục mình quay rồi. Hãy giữ cho hòn đá liên tục quay. Ok, bạn hình dung mình đang có một hòn đá tròn nhá, to. Và nó ở trên một cái mặt phẳng như này. Khi mà những ngày đầu mình đẩy ấy, nó rất là nặng đúng không? Nhưng mà một khi nó đã có đà rồi ấy, tức là nó đã lăn trên mặt phẳng rồi, thì mỗi ngày mình chỉ cần đẩy một chút thôi. Cứ cho hòn đá đấy là cái kỹ năng giao tiếp của mình nha. Bây giờ nó đã chạy rồi, ok. Cái hình dung là nó tròn tuyệt đối nhá, nó tròn một cách tuyệt đối luôn. Và mình chỉ cần bây giờ mình có đà là mỗi ngày thì mình chỉ cần đẩy một chút thôi, 30 phút thôi, là nó sẽ cứ tiến lên như vậy. Nó giống như kiểu mình đạp xe ấy mọi người. Ví dụ lúc đầu mình ngồi lên xe đạp mình đạp ấy, thì những cái đạp đầu tiên nó sẽ rất là nặng. Nhưng một khi bạn đã bắt đầu di chuyển rồi ấy, thì bạn chỉ cần kiểu đạp kiểu thong dong thư thái thôi, là cái xe đạp của mình nó cứ tiến về phía trước. Và bây giờ mình cũng đang làm như vậy, 30 phút mỗi ngày, không bỏ lỡ một ngày nào. Ok, cho dù hôm đấy là mình có cảm thấy tốt hay là cảm thấy không tốt gì nữa thì mình vẫn quay. Ok, phải dùng kỷ luật đó mọi người. Bởi vì cái gì ta, bởi vì động lực ấy làm gì ngày nào cũng có ở đấy đâu. Nhưng chỉ cần mình kỷ luật đấy, mình sẽ đến thôi. Ok. Hôm nay sẽ shadowing về một cái chủ đề mới nha. AI Job Replacement. Vẫn tiếp tục là từ Effortless English của thầy AJ Ho. Thầy này mình nghe chắc cũng được khoảng 7-8 năm này mọi người. Từ hồi mình năm nhất 2017, 2018 gì đấy. Thì ông thầy này là có cái phương pháp dạy, nói chung là không chú trọng vào ngữ pháp đâu, mà chú trọng vào giao tiếp về nói này. Rồi là nói chung học một cách tự nhiên, như kiểu là người bản xứ ấy. Thì mình nghe ông này, mình thích nghe ông này. Ông ấy không chỉ là dạy tiếng Anh đâu, mà ông ấy có kênh podcast, rồi ông nói về những cái chủ đề kiểu phát triển bản thân, rồi là kỹ năng, nói chung là những cái để giúp cho sự phát triển của bản thân mình, giúp cho mình tốt lên, chứ không đơn thuần là chỉ dạy tiếng Anh đâu. Và cái giọng thứ hai lý do mình nghe ông này lâu ấy, bởi vì cái giọng Anh Mỹ của ông này khá là dễ nghe, và ông cũng nói khá là chậm nữa. Khi mình nghe ông này mình thấy cảm giác là mình hiểu hầu hết được những gì ông nói. Có lẽ là vì cái giọng của ông ấy kiểu phổ thông ấy, giọng dễ nghe, và ông ấy cũng dùng từ đơn giản nữa. Nên mình thích. Trong những cái kênh podcast mình nghe thì mình chủ yếu nghe ông này. Hôm nay chúng ta sẽ shadowing cái một tập 1 tiếng nha. Tập này 60 phút. Chúng ta sẽ cần 2 ngày để hoàn thành cái này. Chủ đề là AI thay thế công việc của chúng ta, AI Job Replacement. Ok, here we go.
Welcome to the Effortless English Show with the world's #1 English teacher, AJ Hogue, where AJ's more than 40 million students worldwide finally learn English once.
AI job replacement. Continue with our topic from last time, AI job replacement. Why? Because this is a huge topic. I think this is the biggest topic, the biggest risk for most of us, the biggest topic in the areas of job, career, financial safety and security. And of course, this also applies to internationally for business English, any use of English internationally in your job or in your career. And of course, it's in the news all the time, AI. I think we could get more specific because it is a major change. It's happening right now. This is not something for the far future, something that's happening right now, and over the next, let's say, 5 years, huge changes to so many industry. because of AI. I just read, in fact, after the show I did last time about, the job losses, the predictions, how many jobs will be lost, replaced by AI. There were different hundreds of millions up to a billion, a B, in the next 5 or 10 years. Huge. And I told you last time I discussed how when I visited San Francisco, there was the AI robots cars all over the roads, driving every car. Waymo, look on their website, fwamo.com, Waymo. These are taxis, no drivers, no human drivers. There's just a couple of them. There were probably hundreds of them. They were everywhere in the city, driving around, making money, taking people, driving them all around the city. These taxis, robot taxis. This is not the far future, it's now. What happened with these huge changes like this is getting very scary, right? Because you don't know exactly what's going to happen. We hear all the news, makes usually get more upset, more worried. And when it's kind of unknown, it's more scary. So the way to deal with this is not to run away from it, not to just hope things will be okay, and not to be afraid. It's not done with those who help you. What I would do is learn more. And I'm starting to dive in a lot now into AI. I'm just playing around with it. Just want to understand it so I can help you. And this is the topic that connects very directly to business English. A lot of you learn English for business and career, job, money, reasons, motivation. So to dive into, I've been using Gab.ai, Gab.ai. I like it because they have a lot of models, a lot of the different AI, open source AI, right there on the same website. So don't have to go over, the Gab GPT, the Gab DeepSeek. They've got Imagen, I guess is what the images. They got a bunch of them, so it's very interesting to play around with different ones, do the same thing in different ones and see the results. Because often the results are very different, and depending on what you're trying to do, one AI model might be better than another, right? But that's the main topic for which is job replacement. Okay, they can discuss the McKinsey Institute prediction: 1 billion jobs lost or replaced. Now, that's scary. That's scary. Let's talk into where I did my research. I used AI to do the research, and here's what I found. So first of all, the highest risk, let's view. What is the highest risk industries? Which industry are using AI now already a lot, is starting to replace jobs, in which are planning to do it. And by the way, right after I watched that show, I have to say this, I read Amazon has fired about 30,000 people in the last 2 months. And guess what they said? They said in their statement that they're replacing them with AI. 30,000, I think it was 12, 15,000, another 15,000 this month fired from Amazon. That's quite a lot. And they said in their statement they're looking for more opportunities to replace people with AI. So this is just the beginning. Already 30,000 in the last 2 months, and they're looking for more and more opportunities to replace jobs with AI. Okay, and Amazon, a big company. That's just one small example because they're all doing it. So first, to talk about the industry. The industry. So I use several AI models to which industry are most at risk for AI replacement. Healthcare is one. I mean, that's the one that the safe one. Sorry, we get to that because the bad news. Administration, basic administration. People shuffling, that kind of thing. Man, that is. AI is targeting that big time. If you're in that sort of field, you should look to maybe change career. Finance and accounting. Not so much the high level of accounting, but the basic bookkeeping and accounting. You got this last time. Easily taken over by AI, already happening. If you are basic accountant or bookkeeper, you might consider changing industry. You might have to change career. Customer services, this is one we all, the customers you dealt with already on the web now, on internet. They're buying something, you go to a website, you have questions about the product. They'll have the AI chats now, right? It's not human. And even many times they have AI email system, customer service, to send them a request and you get an AI answering your emails. So they're placing a lot of the people. This includes call center as well, right? For a while, call center were a big employer for a lot of opportunities, especially for like people in India and some other countries as well. But now, it's a lot of those jobs. If you're in that industry, if you're doing that, I suggest again, consider changing career. This is a strange one. I didn't think oil and gas administration, the oil and the gas industry, that admin job there, just specifically looking to use AI and to place a lot of workers. Customer service, I mentioned last time as well. We know this is not only online, but also even just going to shops and restaurants more and more and more. Just going to a shop and they have a tablet of some kind, a screen, and you put the order in, and then you don't talk to anybody. You don't say, I want 2 hamburger, a Coke. You just put it on the screen and go back to the people cooking it. And of course, as I said, as robotics get better too with AI, even the cook will be replaced, right? So pretty much like a whole restaurant, that fast food restaurant could be run by robots and AI. Maybe one guy there just managing everything, something's go wrong, right? But that can replace most of the workers. They will. And then manufacturing, we mentioned that's often factory already have been using robotics a lot, and this is going to keep increasing. And then finally, transportation. As I said, San Francisco already happening. This is going to happen very fast, I think. The taxi industry, Uber driver will start looking to change career, okay? Because they're going to lose your job. I'm pretty sure. And then the next few years, they're going to replace all those drivers with just robots and AI, self-driving cars. And then a little longer term, just because they're expensive, they'll replace truck driver as well. Maybe a little on that one, but it's going to happen. So that's the bad news. If you're in one of those industries, strongly consider right now, learning other skills and planning or jumping to a different industry, different career. No, we have to do this. I did it in my own life. I did this due to be social work and became an English teacher, and then became a business owner and an entrepreneur. So myself, that's 3, and then before that, I was called kind of different job. So this is just part of life. The things change so fast now, technology, that you cannot just plan to have one career your whole life. You probably make some big changes. So this is the bad news, or the scariest thing, I suppose, for a lot of people. Here's the good news: one of the safest industry, one of the industry where job may actually increase. Now, many of these jobs will be using AI, but there still may be increases in the numbers of employees, the number of jobs that these might want to look to focus on. If you need to change career, maybe change to one of these. Number one is healthcare. That's healthcare. People always need healthcare, right? And they could be both, what I call corporate or industrial healthcare, hospital, all the typical stuff. They're using AI. Some job in those fields, like a basic tech and data analyst, may be replaced, but others may be created. So in general, healthcare can still be a good one. As I said last time, alternative healthcare outside the industrial healthcare system, I think has huge opportunities and potentials. That's good news. training, coaching, and education. That I said before, basic training, basic education, just being like a boring teacher who just reads from a book and just teaches really basic stuff. That's not safe. I think that it's hugely in danger because, videos can do that. AI system can do that. All that can be put on computers. So your basic, high school teacher, I think is in danger. But more creative, more motivational, more inspirational, more entertaining even teacher, educator, trainers, high level, very skilled teacher, trainer, and educator, probably good opportunity there. And especially combining with AI, which we're going to talk about in a minute. Skill trades, about to talk to the past, plumbing, electrician, repair, especially like repairing robots, repairing systems like that will continue to be in need. So that's good. Strategy, leadership, management. So according to the AI rich model I used, management, leadership, it can probably see some job growth compared to lower level workers. So learn management skill, leadership skill, and higher level, analytics, right? Being able to think and analyze data. Creativity, creative jobs. Again, probably combining AI to just a basic artist. That's AI is doing that now, right? If I'm using AI to make thumbnails for my YouTube videos, just to see what it can do, and it's not bad. It's way cheaper than me paying an artist to make thumbnails. I can do it. I'm not an artist at all. So you see on my YouTube channel, the one I make is just words and like some colors, right? There's no graphic at all. I could pay someone to make those. I would be kind of expensive to get someone to do that, but I just go on an AI and makes pretty good images, pretty good graphic, not bad. I just type in what I want, and it can be all frustrating sometimes getting something I want, but eventually you keep prompting it, you can get something that's pretty good. So when I say creative, you need to be someone who has can make the vision of what you want. This is like have to be the person drawing it. A lot of creative people will be using AI, but have to take the big picture, just like writing or storytelling, or like say when a script for movie. You could use AI to do that, but AI was going to produce predictable, normal script usually. So it still needs human prompting and using the AI and editing it, etc., to make something excellent, something creative, something different. And then another obvious one, mechanical engineering, just in the area of robotics, and combining with that with AI again, right? So mechanical engineering, specifically mechanical engineering and robotic engineering. So those are the industry. Next, skills. Skills are things you can use, cover any job, right? So again, what is the AI itself? I use several methods for this. This is the one I agreed on. What skills, job skills, things you can do, you can do on different large, will be helpful in this age of AI. You can compete and still have job, get better job, even with AI. Number one, the obvious one, is using AI. Being good at using it, prompting it. Prompting is when you ask it to do something, right? Make an image of a robot. Okay, so you could do that, and you give the system stuff. So how do you get the AI to do what you want, to get the information that's useful, to create the image you do, to get the video you want? That can be a little tricky. It can be tricky. So those are called prompts. When you tell it to do something, you answer your question, and doing this, the skill field can take some practice and some research. So learning to do that will definitely be something that is kind of a basic job skill, I'd say, across all different jobs. How you learn it, there are some courses, I'm going to mention a few at the end here. Some free courses you can learn basic prompting and get better at doing it, so that you can use AI more efficient and more effectively to get what you need. But I think most of it is playing around with it, and playing around with different ones. I think is important. A lot of people just do ChatGPT only, but ChatGPT has weaknesses, a lot of liquid weaknesses, and if you only focus on one, you're kind of limited by the weaknesses. You won't understand. You start playing around with several. You do DeepSeek. You do some of Chinese, some of the Silicon Valley. The one to play around with from different companies, more etc. Ones that focus on specific things like business or programming or science or writing, then you start to get a feeling for which one are good at something, which one are bad at something, certain thing. And that's part of knowing how to use AI, is know which AI to use for specific thing. And knowing when it's not performing well, when it's they give it a lot of junk answers. You gotta be able to know it's giving a junk answer. It's giving you a junk answer. That's part of the next skill, is it analyzing data. So you really need to know and understand whatever you're doing it AI for. Doing it for engineering, you need to really know the engineering well, because you give you mistakes. And you don't recognize that, you could just really hurt your career by using it and getting bad results. So, very important. Creativity and innovation. This is something the AI are not great at. They because they're drawing from a lot of things, just to recombine it, which is part of creative. There could be some that come across, make the result that seem kind of creative, but for true creative, real innovation, you need human doing that and directing that. Problem is our school system teach the opposite, right? After 12 years or more, 16 years or more of school, most people are terrified of creativity. You have to take risks. You have to try different things, new things. You have to be willing to fail and to look foolish even, and to do foolish stuff. That's creativity. And since most people are afraid to do that because of all their years in the school system, they could have big advantage by taking more risks, being more creative, being more flexible, which is the next flexibility, being able to adapt, being able to change. Most people are afraid of it, they don't want to do it. A lot of people in those industries I mentioned, they're not going to change their career. They're going to try hold on, hoping that your job is in the place until it is. But if you're creative, and if you're not afraid you're flexible, then you do it. Now you act quickly. When you see what's coming, you take action quickly. You'll be flexible. You'll be willing to try a complete different career, learn new skills that you didn't have before. Very important skills, mindset, whatever. I mentioned before, sales, communication, that kind of thing. Emotional intelligence is a big one. Empathy, so human qualities, the face-to-face quality are very, 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 very important. The skill, very, very, very important. Along with that, I then mentioned last time the ability to do public speaking and to make presentation. Big. This is another great one. All these positions you for higher levels, like management, leadership, high-level job that involve more thinking, more creativity, and more leadership, more human communication. That's the general idea here. Those kind of skill you want, because those are the jobs that will continue. Well, a lot of lower-level jobs are being replaced. So what are your strategies to survive? Number one, switch industries, as I said. Number two, develop this skill I mentioned, but not just one skill. You need 2 or 3 skills. And what you want to do is a kind of formula. Number one, you want to choose an industry, a job, an industry, a specific area that will continue to have jobs, right? So avoid the high-risk ones. That number one. You need to be really good at it. So mechanical engineer, when you're really mechanical engineer, just an average mechanical engineer, mechanical. So be really good at your job. That's just basic. The next thing is you want to combine it with AI. This is a basic formula. You take whatever your job is, I don't care what it is. Teacher, writer, programmer, engineer, I don't know, nurse. Okay, and then you combine it with AI, start finding a way to use AI with your job or career in a way that will make you better, make your job performance better. And then part 3 of the formula is add 2 or 3 of those other skills I mentioned, like sales, marketing, creativity, data analysis, right? Presentation and public speaking. So those are 3. Really good at your job. Let's say nurse. Let's pick something like that. Nurse. Physical therapist, right? Not like that. Physical therapist. Become a really good physical therapist. What does that mean by becoming really good? It means having good knowledge and good training. But the thing is also mean that you're different. This is the theme I talk about so many times. You're not like every other physical. You're doing things the same way as every physical therapist. You use the same exercise, the same approach, everything just like everyone else. Well, guess what? It's just the same, easy to replace. And AI replace that, or at least can reduce the number of jobs. You're not competitive. To be competitive is part of sale. You got to be different. You got to stand out. You got to be different. This is good news and bad news. The bad news is more people are afraid to be different. They're afraid to stand out. They're afraid to be noticed. Why doing this way? Everyone else doing other thing. But that's also good news because everybody else is afraid to be different. Think to school, and another reason. And that means you all a little different. You all a little creative. You're willing to try some new approach, some different things. You can gain a huge advantage. You stand out. You're not the same as everybody else who will give you great job opportunities. And you might lose your job because of that. Because in the short term, you're looking at one job, you're working at some big places and doing like creativity, you do different things. Maybe you won't like it and you might lose your job. It happened to me as a teacher at a couple school. I was trying to innovate, trying to use this new method and type the lessons. And a couple of the school I worked at did not like that. They just want to read from the textbook. So in that looking at it just a short term, it seems like it's what it is. But look at it bigger over a year, my whole career, being different helped me tremendously. Got me more and more job, and eventually, of course, getting my own business, but got my students. It's just a been a huge benefit. So you can't focus just on right now because if you change the coming, you're just the same as everyone else. You are at risk. You are at risk, huge risk. You need to be different. So in that area, like a physical therapist, like the reason I chose physical therapist, my son, we do a lot of different kinds of therapy for him, and the typical physical therapy stuff just wasn't very helpful. So I started looking for other people, and I found people doing some really interesting things. They are doing some of those exercises that are common, but they combine it with all these other interesting approaches and technology, and those people stand out. And guess what? They have a lot. They got good businesses. They got a lot of followers. Had a lot of happy customers like me who are looking to help and sell people in their families, looking for something that's not just the same as everybody else, to be different. That's part of your being excellent in your job. You can use AI to research different ideas and to be creative. What can I do? What else is out there that's different? Use AI to help you be creative and market yourself. And then the other skill, the third part, other skill, I think sales and marketing are big skills. Job searching is a huge skill. You need to be good at job searching. Job searching and job interviewing, those are separate skills. You might be really good at what you do, but you are bad at job interviewing. you're gonna have fewer opportunities. If you're bad at selling yourself with resume and letters and phone calls, you're really limiting your career and your job possibility. You're good at those things. You're really good at marketing yourself. Is all it is. Job searching is just marketing. It's marketing and sales. All it is, but you're doing it for yourself instead of a product. Okay? Your marketing means you're using resume, letters, a website would be a great idea. Personal website, a professional website. Possibly social media, like having your own podcast. For example, that's connected to what you do, your career, your job skills. All those things are just marketing for yourself, for your career. And the job opportunity is just a sales presentation, face to face, right? Maybe, through the screen, it might be a live call, or might face getting a room with people. That is just a sales presentation. But you are the product, right? You're presenting yourself, you're selling yourself. So people just understand this. This is why I don't like a lot of the book, a lot of the advice you get online about, searching for job. It's garbage. It's garbage. They treat it like it's some different thing. It's not. They don't recognize it. They don't teach you that it's just sales and marketing. That's all it is. And you don't have to follow what everybody else does. This is marketing. Doing the same as everybody else is death. You don't stand out though. So just do the same thing. You stand in the same basic kind of resume as everybody else does. Using the same cover letter as everybody else, or cover email, whatever. Just doing that everybody else, following those same approaches. Congratulations, now you look the same as everybody else. It's not sales. That's terrible marketing. The whole idea of marketing is to stand out, to get attention. So if you don't resume, your letters, if your phone calls are not getting attention, you're already lost. You're already losing out on huge opportunities. And you're making job searching much more so stressful. You in my business English course, I teach you a great approach. I teach you how to market and sell yourself. You learn business English. You also learn the great system for this. So at my website, effortlessenglishclub.com. I highly recommend that course just to learn how to be good, how to be great at job searching and getting jobs. It's really good. You can use it in your own language. You're also going to learn business English. So effortlessenglishclub.com, get my business English course, then my sales presentation to you. Alright. Được một nửa rồi. Nói xong về cái bài AI này làm mình cảm thấy lo lắng quá. Trong vòng 10 năm tới sẽ có 1 tỷ công việc bị thay thế bởi AI. Người ta dự đoán là như vậy. Và có những cái ngành mà ví dụ như ngành sức khỏe này, giáo viên, nhưng mà phải là giáo viên có sự thay đổi, có sự khác biệt nào đấy, giáo viên truyền cảm hứng, có một phương pháp khác biệt nào đấy, cũng là một cái ngành mà sẽ có nhiều cơ hội trong tương lai. Rồi là kỹ năng lãnh đạo, kinh doanh. Còn những ngành là nguy hiểm là admin này. Oh my god, quên nó rồi. Ok, hôm nay mình dừng lại đây nha. Mỏi mắt quá. Hẹn gặp lại các bạn nha. Vào ngày mai chúng ta sẽ tiếp tục luyện nói tiếng Anh.